What's up, guys? It is Tuesday, 2 days after that win we had over the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's sunny out here, cold but sunny, but it is feeling like the sunshine is shining down on the city of Seattle, figuratively as well as physically, because I think Seattle has really found their groove with this past win and is primed in a great position to make a run for the playoffs. Now we got 5 games left to go. Seattle's above 500 for the first time. We've, at this point, taken the second wild card position. So still got a long way to go. And the schedule definitely is looking favorable in the sense that we have home games against the Rams, which I'm not taking that for granted, against Cleveland. And the tough ones coming up, of course, is going to be this coming Sunday against the Vikings, which if we were to play the playoffs right now, we'd be playing the Vikings as a wild card first round playoff game. So this is kind of a sneak preview of what the playoffs could look like. So Vikings up next. Then of course we play the Baltimore Ravens, who had that miracle win over the Browns with that unbelievable fake field goal block return for a touchdown. And then after that, of course, we have head-to-head against the Arizona Cardinals, which will be interesting to see how that all plays out, because I'm hoping we can still have a shot at a long shot at the division if Arizona drops a couple games here. And they just lost Chris Johnson, their running back, to injury. So, yeah, you never know. You never know. But if not, potentially the Cardinals could take the division, run away with it if they don't drop any of these next few games, and maybe that last game against Seattle becomes meaningless to them and they rest their starters, and we might need that game. So, either way, I think every single game is going to be down to the wire, very interesting to see, and has an effect on where we end up playoffs-wise. But going back to Pittsburgh, the Steeler game, I think we were all feeling like, this is potentially a turning point for the Seahawks, and I do believe that it is. It's easy to overreact and the emotional, at the moment of the victory, but I think one thing you got to keep in mind is keeping yourselves in check, is that it's just one game, and it doesn't guarantee that everything else is going to be that way afterwards. Russell won that game, had the game of his life there. And I didn't even realize that day, besides it being his birthday, I did not know he was battling illness. Didn't realize he was having IVs put in on the sidelines to deal with it. And despite all that, he threw for 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 200-something yards, and a nearly perfect quarterback rating. And so he tore it up and won that game for us, allowing him to break that streak of no wins when the opponent scores more than 24 points. So Russell was definitely the hero of the game. Just what I saw with him was he was quick with the ball. He was on schedule. He released the ball very efficiently. Didn't hold on to it too long, except on a few occasions. And he ran it when he could, but he was just really accurate and just quick release with the ball, and that was great to see. And I like the play calling. I thought actually Darrell Bell called a great game. We got to give him some credit, because it's so easy to tear up the offensive coordinator whenever we have a bad offensive game, but we got to give him credit too when we have a good one. And I thought where it really showed was we had that drive where we had to overcome, I believe it was 3 or 4 third and longs, and that has not been our forte all season long. And to watch them get third and long after third and long, and not conceding to a draw play, but actually, throwing the ball downfield and getting it decisively, was great to see. I don't know if that was a deliberate decision to do that, or if they just happened to, or if they actually, felt like this is a game you have to have, like a playoff game, and so they just felt like backs were against the wall and called it differently. But that was very exciting and surprising to see from our end. What else? Rawls, after that 209-yard performance against the 49ers, came back to earth, had a modest game, but still had some good runs. Just didn't have the blowout kind of game that I think everybody was thinking he was going to start running for 200 yards every game. It's going to be like that, and I guess Rawls was sick as well, so that didn't help his situation. But when you're going in a game where Pittsburgh is basically abandoning the run and throwing on practically every down, you kind of have to go toe-to-toe with them and beat them at their own game, because you just can't play the clock. You can't just run the ball when you're going against an offense that can score as quickly as they do. So I think they had to adjust a little bit that way, and it just made you realize that Rawls he's not beast mode yet, so he's going to get there. But for now, he's still a great addition, and I know he's going to keep contributing. But it's great to just see balance in the offense, passing and rushing, and just being able to see that Wilson, if he needs to, can stand in the pocket and deliver, and that was awesome to see. The Jimmy Graham injury, torn patellar tendon, out for the season. I'm hearing up to 9 months injury depending on the rehab. So clearly, obviously gone for the rest of the year. It was too bad because I felt like he was finally getting his groove with us, and just seeing them utilizing him in the way that we always wanted to see him being utilized. Third downs, throwing the ball up, just letting him go up and get it, like that juggling catch that he had. But he's not going to be there anymore. And while that's disappointing because of the fact that he seemed to be coming around, I think there's a silver lining to it. I think that in some ways, one, it takes the monkey off the back, because all season we've been talking about, how come they're not getting Jimmy Graham the ball? I'm not getting Jimmy Graham the ball. Well, now they don't have to answer that question. They can just go out and play. And in some ways, it'll kind of bring Seattle back to what they had been in previous years, where they didn't have the guy that everyone's kind of looking to get the ball. Now they're back to Luke Wilson and their core group of Baldwin, Kurz, of course, Tyler Lockett, and new guys like Kevin Smith, a bunch of names that people really aren't paying attention to out there. So in some ways, I feel like it kind of puts us back to that almost underdog type level, where we're a bunch of nobodies, ignored, mediocre receivers, and offensive people, and with no beast mode, we have like 0 stars out there as far as the rest of the world's concerned. And I think that kind of plays into us. I think we play better when we're that kind of ignored group. So I think there could be a benefit to us overall, performance-wise. We'll see how that goes, but I think that could actually help us moving forward. The defense, save the worst for last, I guess. A lot of people are freaking out, saying, we're not elite anymore. The LOB is not what they used to be. No one's afraid of us. Yeah, we did give up more yards than I think we ever have in the history of the Seahawks, I believe, throwing-wise. And giving up lots of points this year. Clearly, you just have to stop comparing them to last year and the year before. We've obviously just have not been that same group, whatever the reason is. Whether it's because we had a new corner out there where Maxwell used to be, or because we were because of the Chancellor holdout. Maybe is it Earl Thomas's shoulder injury hurting him worse than we realize? Could be any of those things, but we were still a bend but don't break defense, and they held their ground when it counted, and we've been doing that, working that way for a while. That's kind of been our mantra for even the last couple of years. I'm confident that we will be okay, and mostly because I think with the offense stepping up, it'll take pressure off the defense, and I think they will adjust. They'll get it together. Jeremy Lane is showed great promise coming back and doing what he did in his return, and that was just his first game. Already got his first pick and made some great special teams play. He's going to get better as the weeks go by, and Deshaun Shedd was as much as he got beat a few times, he also made some outstanding coverages and broke up some balls. I mean, when you're getting thrown to that much, you're going to be giving up some stuff, but he held his ground pretty well too. So I thought he did a great job. We just got to clean up a little bit of the stuff in the middle. I still see guys slipping in the zones, the cracks in the zones when it comes to the linebackers, and some of the safety plays, guys getting behind them. But, keep in mind, this is the fastest receiving core on the planet that we were covering yesterday. So I don't expect to see many more games where we're giving up, 300, 400 yards in the air like they did on Sunday. So I think we'll be fine. So we'll just, keep our fingers crossed. And it's going to be a great game against the Vikings. I think it's a good matchup. And I feel good about our chances. I really do. If our offense keeps rolling like they're doing. Other quick notes. Oh, this Friday at 6 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock our time, I'm going to be appearing on a NFL Network show called Letters from the Emerald City, and they interviewed me and a couple other 12s about letters that we wrote in a way that the Seahawks impacted us last year. And mine was in regards to a Facebook post I made right after the Seahawks lost to the Patriots down in Arizona. So they're going to premiere that show this Friday. I can't wait to see it. They came out to my house and interviewed me at home, as well as up at Kerry Park in Seattle. And I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I'm excited to see it. So hope you'll tune in. What else? Hey, it's Christmas is coming up, and so if you're looking for some Christmas ideas, I still got copies of of my DVD from the 2014 season, NorbCam, The View from a 12. You can check it out at my website, norbcam.com/NorbMerch. And so I'll put the link with this video. But check it out. Makes a great stocking stuffer for your friends. So anyway, that's it. So I'll be keeping in touch with you guys. I got the Steeler game on, it's almost done, the full game reaction, and I'll post that on YouTube as well as Vimeo, so you guys can check it out. Some funny stuff in there. So that's it. On a roll. Keep it going. Go Hawks.